Hello, today with a story again from a book of true Christmas stories that is a collection, and I really love to read to you. I hope you enjoy it as well. We were a motley crew of carolers. Carolers are singers. We met at the Little White Church in Albany, New York. We represented an interesting mix of backgrounds with few similarities. Yet the camaraderie flowed between us with an obvious show of unity. We weren't just carolers. We were people knit together by a common thread. We were all children of the same Heavenly Father. It was the week before Christmas, an ideal time to go caroling and hand out invitations to the church holiday program. A buzz of excitement filtered through the 12 of us, along with a lingering layer of unease which hung over the assembly. Christmas caroling was normally a fun and festive activity. Christmas caroling in an inner-city, crime-ridden neighborhood represented a challenge that came with an element of danger. We prayed earnestly before we left the safety of the church building and headed out into the dark night. With a show of bravado, we began a few Christmas tunes while joking about staying in the same key. We followed the lead of our pastor, who resembled a jovial Santa Sans the Beard, with his arms full of an accordion instead of gifts. His music minister, Eka Elf Eka, my husband, walked beside him with his brass saxophone gleaming in the darkness. The group walked from house to house with a few responses to their singing. People refused to open their doors to strangers. Some peeked furtively through their window curtains. We continued to sing, becoming more courageous with our voices increasing in volume. Porch lights began to flicker on. A few neighbors managed attentive wave through the window. We reached a home where the children came to the door with their mother and a request. Could they sing with us? Delighted with the question, we welcomed the children to our group. More doors began to open. Curious unlockers marked their progress down the street. Children started to emerge from the houses and joined us as parents observed the proceedings. Youngsters didn't play in these streets at night. There was a chance of being caught in a drug deal, being hit by a random gunshot, or the horror of being abducted. This evening was different. Somehow, our little church group had chased away the shadowy figures. Somehow, the children sensed the difference and reveled in their newfound freedom. The pastor met the image of a Pied Piper as little people followed him from house to house, and the excitement grew. Voices rang out clear and strong in the stillness of the night, singing ageless Christmas songs. We finally stopped at the street corner. Our group represented a colorful blend of black, white, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, adults, children alike, in a heartwarming circle of song. A police car drove by slowly. He waved and called out Christmas greetings to the policeman. He cracked a smile, gave a nod of approval, and continued to navigate the streets. The children began clamoring for certain favorite songs. Play Frosty the Snowman. Do you know Jingle Bells? Not the usual religious carols, but the songs certainly fit into the spirit of the season. The pastor's fingers flew over the accordion keys as he kept up with the pace. After several cheerful melodies, there came a pause in the song's requests. Then my husband began to play his saxophone. A soulful rendition of Silent Night echoed throughout the crowd. The adults grew quiet, and even the children hushed. The notes rang out beautiful in this rough, hurting neighborhood. People braved the frigid winter air and stood on the porches to watch and to listen. At that moment, the atmosphere of danger dispersed, and the light and perfect peace of Jesus settled upon the little block on First Street. All became still in perfect accord to the words of our song, Silent Night, Holy Night. All is calm, all is bright. Only the sweet clarion call of the saxophone sounded in the quiet. After the last note vibrated through the air, silence remained for a moment. Then a child whispered, another child laughed, and the adults joined in the conversation once again. Soon after, the children were safely escorted back to their homes, clutching candy canes and Christmas cookies. We continued to hand out invitations as we made our way back to the church. At one of the final homes on the block, an older woman came to the door with tears in her eyes. In a shaky voice, she confessed to the pastor, "In all my years of living in this neighborhood, no one has ever come to Christmas carol here. God bless you. You have made my Christmas." Lights now illuminated the streets. Neighbors called out greetings to each other, and even the frosty air felt warmer. Because a small group of people overcame fear and allowed God to work through them, God's peace prevailed and his love freely flowed. Truly, this was a miracle on First Street. And remember, this is a true story. I hope you're inspired, and I wish you a wonderful rest of the day.